Fake it till you make it is a common term that I'm sure you've heard at least once in your life when going through hardships. And that is exactly what it's most commonly associated with: getting through hardships. But this ideology can be used for not just surviving the hardships of life, but also for success, right? Of pretending to be something you're not to garner an audience through a persona. Today, we'll be exploring this exact phenomenon through content creators, specifically those which I'll be covering in this episode of Fake It Till You Make It. This is going to be my intro. Thoughts? Lolicon isn't CP.
Alright, I'm back with the cigarettes this time, guys. So, skipping past the usual intro, I know it's been months since I uploaded, or even streamed for that matter, so I wanted to get this out of the way and say I am sorry for that. I've had some personal things in life keeping me busy, and/or I've just been lacking the motivation to work on other videos lately. But I am still working on them just to clear the air. So with that out of the way, boy oh boy do I have a lot to talk about today. I suspect this video will end up being decently long, at least based on the entire situation, which I'm gonna do my best to cover, or at the very least summarize what's been happening, but also bear with me as this drama is still unfolding as I'm making this video. So first, I have to give some of the context. This all started a couple weeks ago on Twitter. Another YouTuber, Tipster, was downplaying an image of a sexualized loli that one of his e-girls supposedly liked by accident, by claiming it was chibi-esque, and saying the whole thing was a nothing burger. Brother Nier decided to step in and point out the distinction between chibi and loli characters, and apparently that's all it took for Tipster to block Nier right on the spot, which is ridiculously sad. Now, a lot more eventually happened with Tipster. He was even on Keemstar's stream for a brief period as well over this drama, and apparently it didn't go well for him at all, but I'm not here to talk about any of that. It was just during this whole debate on Twitter over the Loli character in question, where another YouTuber who goes by ShaunTheLolicon decided to get involved. He's another commentary channel like yours truly, and you may know him as the guy who Griffin was responding to about his takes on Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, Shaun decided to step into this argument on Twitter using one of his alt accounts to give his stance defending the sexualized depiction of the aforementioned loli, which I'm not going to show in full in this video, as well as his stance defending Lolicon in general. And this is where things really go downhill, because Nier criticized him for defending such content and even dared to call it what it actually is: CP. Shaun and the Lolicon Defense Force on Twitter did not take kindly to this, and started berating Nier for calling out their degenerate behavior. This, plus another retard completely unrelated to this situation, led Nier to end up deactivating his Twitter, although that would be very short-lived, after which Nier decided to livestream and cover his side of the situation from the beginning with Tipster, all the way up to where he deactivated his account. And damn, did that livestream really kick things into motion, because this is where other YouTubers like Batakanta decided to get involved. Now, for the sake of keeping this brief, I'll just recommend that everyone go and watch Nier's stream and Batakanta's video for more context and details on everything, because I won't be covering every little detail up to this point, or breaking down how Lolicon is still CP, or how Shaun's original tweets are just stupid, because Batakanta did an amazing job of it already, and it was also his video that ended up provoking Shaun to make a response to this drama. So this is where I come in, and where I want to highlight my side of these events before going any further, because yes, I am also going to be responding to the abortion of a response Shaun made. So I just want to clear this up first. As much as Shaun wants to call me some attention-seeking clout chaser, that's just poor deflection. Given the fact Nier and I talk on a daily basis, I knew full-on well of this entire situation's details, but I didn't really get involved until the night before Batakanta's video released. I made a community post claiming I was shelving the current video I've been working on for multiple reasons, and instead decided I would cover this whole drama given everything and everyone surrounding it. But the main reason I made that post is because of how Shaun was reacting to and handling the situation. He was being hypocritical as well as deflecting from having any actual conversation. He also kept claiming that he was over the situation, and still does, despite the fact that he continuously involves himself in this discussion, and also claimed he wanted Nier to do a video covering things after he deactivated Twitter, while simultaneously claiming that Nier was the one being attention hungry. It's a clear case of action speaking much louder than his words, because despite claiming he's done several times, his actions persist. This was primarily why I got involved. However, the real last straw for me was Shaun bringing up a part of Nier's past completely irrelevant to the current topic and twisting it entirely in an attempt to both demonize Nier and invalidate his argument. And yet, he has the audacity to claim Nier played victim. This was immensely disingenuous, to say the fucking least, Shaun, and hopefully clears up why I even got involved. Among many other reasons, including the way you acted on Twitter towards me, and your poor attempts to demonize Nier, Batakanta, and myself in your video. So, I'm not only calling out your childish and hypocritical behavior, but also sifting through your actually painful fucking video, which, before we even get into, I have to emphasize just how bad it is. Not just because of his arguments, points, or disingenuous actions, but also the fact that this idiot messed up his audio so bad the first time around, that it only played through the left ear. He had to re-upload the entire video within the same day, sadly nuking my comment in the process, because he was getting flacked for it. It was literally Quantum TV levels of awful. Well, now that I finally got everyone up to speed, and I can't think of a better way to segue into Shaun's video, so,
Oh shit, here we go again.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mitsune Nika, aka Shaun the Legend, again, back with another video on you guys.
Okay, I'm giving you all a warning now, because Shaun spams a lot of cringy memes in this video, some of which don't even relate to the actual argument or points any of us were making, but I digress. I'm just giving you all a heads up now.
So, I know you're all probably worried about the whole situation and wondering about the drama over the Lolicon stuff between me, Brother Nier, Batakanta, and a few other channels that happened on Twitter. So, I just want to say that I apologize very much to you guys because I didn't expect for any of you to find out, god darn it, that I just, I like anime girls, man. Who would have thought about this, you know? I'm so sorry that you guys had to figure out this way. I just couldn't resist it. Okay, I'm sorry. But I think I might be going to jail over drawings. Homer Akemi, Flandre Scarlet, Jesus, man, Shinobu Oshino, Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill. God darn it, man. I'm a criminal now over fake anime drawings.
Alright, just another heads up that I will be going a lot further into the legal side of this discussion later on in the video, because 1, it was boring as fuck to read through myself, and 2, a lot of this argument has been derailed into just the legality side of it, which all parties are guilty of here, even me, so I'm not downplaying its significance, but like I said, I'll circle back to it later.
And you know what, Brother Nier 2.0 and Batakanta? I'm so glad that you guys have made me see the light. You guys have helped me out so much during this situation. I really gotta thank you for it. I don't know why I ever thought with you and started drama to begin with you guys. Maybe I should have really just backed down and put myself into... Oh my. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is fucking bull. Oh my god, imagine getting arrested over a fucking anime drawing. Could it be me?
Yeah, like I said, saving the legal parts of this for after, but long story short, it is a gray area legally speaking, but a lot of this discussion has been derailed by legal jargon, when that's not even how any of this started, let alone why I got involved in making this response. But I'm just getting ahead of myself now, guys. Let's keep going.
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? It's Mitsune Nigga. Welcome back to another video. So,
God, I sure do just love when YouTubers do their intros twice, you know? Just what amazing quality.
let's get into this whole drama between Brother Nier 2.0 and Batakanta and this whole freaking Lolicon situation and stuff. So, yeah, let's start off by responding to Batakanta's video on me.
A big nothing burger.
Alright, and there's my response.
Do I really have to say anything here? I mean, I'm going to anyway, because Christ, dude, I don't think you can get much lower than this. I mean, if you really disagreed with his video, fine, I guess, but if you're going to even quote-unquote respond to it or his claims at all, at least fucking try, because this is just beyond petty. I don't care if you really do think his video was a giant nothing burger, at least have the balls to try and refute the arguments in his video. I mean, if I were Batakanta, I'd be even less forgiving, because the way Shaun handles shit like this just irritates me all the more, and that behavior is exactly what prompted me to make a response.
Okay, now let's just get into this whole drama that started between Brother Nier 2.0 and me that happened on Twitter about nearly 2 weeks ago. Oh, and by the way, Batakanta, aka Mr. Dumbass.
Mr. Dumbass! I'm just not even gonna start with how petty he sounds right now. Jesus. But, like, for real, can you at least just choose a topic and stick to it, Shaun? Instead of flip-flopping from Batakanta to Nier and instantly back to Batakanta? It may sound like a nitpick, but little things like these really add up to the quality of the overall video, and honestly does make it worse.
The two images that you're holding on your darn phone that I had in my Twitter likes of the freaking not safe for work Lolicon art, by the way, would mean that your ass would be going down as well if it was really fucking illegal for you to have a goddamn not safe for work anime drawing of fucking lollies. But whatever, man. You know, like, you even admitted it in Brother Nier's community post. Oh, well, it's just a freaking censored, cropped version of the image, but you still had to put the images on your phone. Lolicon art that I had in my Twitter likes is CP would mean that you're holding it as well in order to put into this video. It doesn't matter if it's cropped or not on your phone or on your computer. You still had to download the image off Twitter and then put it into this video after you crop it. Jesus Christ, dude, which would mean that you'd be going down with me as well if people were really locked up over a fucking drawing. But whatever, you know, the judge will be throwing the book at your ass in court for such a stupid decision.
Yeah, Batakanta already addressed these accusations multiple times, and like Shaun just said, they were cropped. What he doesn't realize is that Batakanta never had the full images to begin with. The screenshots he used in the video were cropped that way when he screenshot them. The screenshots he took were literally the cropped versions you see in the video. He didn't crop them after the fact. So this is an extremely poor defense against Batakanta, just saying that, oh, well, you're guilty too, when you don't even have the full details. Maybe respond to his actual video instead of this petty shit.
Anyway, let's move on and get into the actual situation between me and Brother Nier, because Batakanta doesn't really have anything to do with this. This whole video was a nothing burger.
That makes this, what, the second or third time you've tried segueing into the stuff on Twitter? Can you structure your videos at all? I'm also betting he says the same kind of shit about me or Thunderstruck, or anyone else who has decided to cover this situation in a video. I mean, it's not like you literally said Zero Needs Coffee was just clout chasing this shit after discovering it. You know, what an amazing way to brush off anyone calling you out and all criticism you get. At the time of you uploading this very video, Batakanta was the only one with a video addressing you and the situation. If anything, he's one of the most involved, and you completely invalidated that by breezing through his video, you disingenuous little shit.
So basically what happened is that Brother Nier got mad on Twitter because he got freaking ratioed by me and a few of my friends because he kept thinking that Lolicon was CP and stuff. And look, I'm just going to give my stance on it right here. It's the same thing with any other kind of fictional media, like furries or people who are into like Guro and all that type of stuff.
Guro? The fuck? I don't even know what that is. I don't want to know. As for you and your friends ratioing Nier on Twitter, I find it odd you bring that up when you then accuse Nier and I of needing an echo chamber to defend ourselves.
Look, man, it's fine for you to be disgusted by it, you know, repulsed by it, you know, find it odd, weird, even creepy or whatever, okay? But for you to sit here and call people criminals over this darn stuff, call them predators, or think that people who are like furries are into like freaking actual animals and stuff, That's absolutely ridiculous because this is just fictional content, okay? That's a completely whole different story. You're trying to correlate something that's real to something that's fictional and fake that was drawn up, okay? Like I said before, it's fine for you to sit here and find this disgusting, nasty, abhorrent, repulsive, whatever, weird, creepy, whatever you want to say, okay? But for you to sit here and call people predators, call them criminals over this, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure we all know this, or at least all those with like common sense and knowledge in their head who can differentiate fiction from reality.
Do you think there might be a reason as to why people get disgusted and repulsed by it, or why they think it's abhorrent? First off, furries are a whole other conversation, because typically the real-world equivalent is adults dressing up in fursuits. You can think that's weird, but I'm not repulsed or disgusted by it. The real-world equivalent to something like Loli, however, is actual CP, and the mere depiction of a minor performing such acts is enough to raise alarms in my opinion. Because regardless of if it's fiction or not, and regardless of the legality of the matter, you know what stuff like Lolicon is still classified as? Virtual CP. Because regardless of the legal ramifications, or lack thereof, it's always referred to as such when you look into the legality of it. I mean, let me ask you this. If we replace Lolicon with something like, I don't know, the fictional depiction of someone getting busy with their pet dog, do you really think that wouldn't raise alarms with anyone? The whole, it's just a fictional drawing argument really falls flat on its face when you look at it like this, in my opinion. It's not that people like Nier and I or Batakanta can't differentiate fiction from reality. The main sentiment we have is as simple as fantasizing over little kids, fictional or real, is just wrong.
Anyway, this all started on Twitter. And I basically came out and just said to someone else, not even Brother Nier. So basically what I had responded to was someone else on Twitter. And I said, laugh my ass off. He actually reported drawings. That's really stupid. So I didn't even address Brother Nier exactly when I said this. All I said was he actually reported drawing. That's really stupid. I was talking to someone else. Yes, it was over Brother Nier and everything, but that was basically it.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
You are literally responding to him and Nier. You cannot just pick and choose who was already a part of a conversation when you are literally intervening after the fact. It's an entire conversation that he is a part of, for fuck's sake. Not to mention that you are literally remarking on what Nier said in his tweet when responding to the other person. Seriously, how retarded are you? First you say Batakanta was barely involved because he jumped in after the drama started, yet here you are doing the exact same. You really love cherry-picking who matters, huh?
So he hit back and said this. It's just a drawing. There's no actual children being harmed. And then posted a gif of freaking Kuroko from, what was it, 2 Hour No Railgun getting kicked. And then I hit him back with, there isn't, but okay, dumbass. Because he actually thinks that a freaking drawing is a real person for some oddball reason.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. That was your takeaway from his tweet? Or are you legitimately just trying to put words in Nier's mouth? Because at no point did he ever say that, or conflate that drawings are real people during this entire conversation. You are either reading into that, or twisting what he said, which either or is pretty stupid.
So then he responded back with, it literally doesn't matter. Sexualized lolly drawings promote pedophilia. Japan's law even considers Lolicon CP, but they made it an exception. Oh my god. I laugh every time I see that tweet because it is so completely freaking dumb. This is like with that Vice video where they tried to paint Japan as like the pedo culture in the pedo country and stuff because of Lolicon and everything. So I basically said back to him, do y'all see this dumbass take? I'm beyond baffled right now. And then that's when everybody just started freaking clowning on him and everything. And oh shoot. Sorry, my voice. So basically, that's when everyone just started clowning on him and everything for saying something so stupid and stuff. Talking about how freaking Japan even considers it CP.
Oh, and you still accuse us of being the ones who need an echo chamber, but you just self-admittedly ran to yours first, before anyone else. Rules for thee, but not for me, like I said to you on Twitter. Although, I will say, I have no idea why we got caught up in the legality of this shit in Japan. It was completely irrelevant.
So basically he's saying that people in Japan who are holding this are just walking around with CP on their darn phone and stuff over a fictional anime drawing. Like, that's absolutely bonkers right there.
Two quick things. One, who unironically says bonkers these days? And two, I really want you to go and look up what the definition of an exception is, Sean, because it seems like that went completely over your head.
But I'm not surprised considering the same thing. I mean, considering that this is the same person who said that type of stuff about me at the beginning of the video, saying that if I'm over here defending freaking lolly art or if I have it on my phone and stuff, then I probably stroke my carrot to actual fetuses. Like, no one sane or in their right state of mind would even come up with something like that. But hey, man, this is Brother Nier 2.0 we're talking about. So anyway, let's move on.
And Batakanta, and myself, Zero Needs Coffee, and now Thunderstruck, and I think there's at least 2 or 3 more people doing a video or have made one by the time I get this video out. I mean, you kinda got dogpiled for your shitty take, and like I said earlier, you self-admittedly ran to your own echo chamber. Oh, the fucking irony.
I'm not painting anyone as pedos, but just saying Loli is CP. So you're calling us pedos. You can't be this dumb. No! Calling someone a pedophile for Lolicon would mean they're withholding it. Do you have Lolicon in your files? I doubt it. But if you do, sure, maybe you are attracted to it. Maybe you do wax your carrot to literal fetuses. But not once in our conversations, in our arguments on Twitter, before I deleted my account, did I ever make the claim that someone was a pedophile for this shit.
I mean, one of those is on YouTube, to be fair, not even Twitter, and both of which are an insinuation, not outright claim, based on the context. Not to mention, you missed the whole point of Nier in that clip, which was that he had given you the benefit of the doubt on that matter, at least up to that point, and never once in anything you've shown does he call someone a pedo outright. Yet you're still trying desperately to twist this and demonize Nier while victimizing yourself. I will never stop calling you a disingenuous bitch for this type of shit.
This person is someone I've dealt with before on YouTube. He's one of those morally grandstanding commentary channels who call anime fans pedos and stuff and tells people to kill themselves or they're retarded if you disagree with them. First of all, when did I ever tell somebody to kill themselves for disagreeing with me? Maybe as a joke on a few occasions, but when did I ever genuinely tell someone to off themselves over an opinion?
I think I can smell shite.
Skip!
In case you don't know who the heck Ronnie McNutt is, he's a person who endgamed himself live on Facebook.
One screenshot of him clearly making a Coke plus Seethe joke is the best you can do when he literally said outside of a joke. Wow. This also still doesn't validate your original argument that deflects any criticism from Nier because he's allegedly a mindless, edgy commentary channel that only tells people to off themselves. You accuse him of saying all anime fans are pedos and do nothing to back that up at all, while continuing to victimize yourself. Say it with me one more time, Shawnee boy. Disingenuous.
So basically why this whole meltdown was going on over him thinking that freaking Lolicon was CP and people calling him out for it, you know, my friends coming to defend me and everything, and him still equating drawings and stuff to actual freaking children and actual people. He responded later on with this: took me a lot longer than it should have to figure out who you are. I had some respect for you and your channel, but if this is the hill you're going to die on, then I no longer respect you at all. Do better, Shaun the Legend. So I responded back with, you should be telling yourself that, laugh my ass off. I never liked you or your channel to begin with. You painted anime and hentai fans as pedos because you're a dumbass. Laugh my ass off, and you don't know the law, but sure, go on.
Please show proof, you fucking liar. Also, you find it perfectly acceptable for your friends to come defend you and call him out, but the second anyone else does the same to you in this situation, you generalize the entire commentary community and call us all an echo chamber. As for the legal stuff, like I said before, I'm saving that for later. But you truly are something else, Sean. You know, I even tried mentioning this to you in my first comment on your original upload of this video, that I always thought something was off about you, and that I was right. You immediately generalized me there as well, thinking I meant specifically the Lolicon shit. No, I was talking about this disingenuous behavior and the way you conduct yourself. I always had a gut feeling you had a few screws loose, and about a year later, I've been proven correct.
he really doesn't know the freaking law, because he still thinks that this stuff is CP and that it's illegal in Japan and that it's illegal in the US and stuff, and that they just let it slide under the radar, or that it's just an exception, which, by the way, is completely freaking dumb for you to sit here and think something like that, that they just let stuff like this slide under the radar, or that it's just an exception. Like, come on now, man. Look, Brother Nier, I'm just going to put this image right here up on the screen, and I'm hoping you read it instead of coping and seething and mauling over the fact that you just been disproved over the dumb thing that you really just said. And that goes for you too, Batakanta, if you keep thinking that freaking Lolicon and stuff is illegal.
Yeah, those are just the laws in Japan, buddy, which I already gave my input on earlier, but it never specifies that Lolicon isn't CP there, just that there are no legal ramifications for that type of CP. Like we tried saying, it's the exception. But, like I also said earlier, the laws in Japan are irrelevant to this discussion. This still does fuck all to disprove Batakanta's video, and another reason to add onto the list of what makes your video so atrocious.
When literally it says right here that it has to be a depiction that is virtually indistinguishable from a photograph of a real child engaged in this kind of conduct.
Alright, I was gonna save this for later, but I guess now's as good a time as any, since he finally brought this up. This is where the legal discussion comes in, and I'm not lingering on this too long. So, to keep it all brief, while what he just iterated may be the law, it is still a gray area due to the Obscenity Act, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know, I'm not actually American. And while this law was a part of the 1996 Child Pornography Prevention Act, in which many of its laws were later amended or changed, the laws of obscenity are still in effect, hence why this is such a legal gray area. It took me and a few others to discover that this was the case after arguing about it with Sean and the Loli Defense Force. So really, all parties are guilty of getting too caught up in the legality in this situation, and I feel like it also took away from the other important aspects of the discussion. It's a legal gray area, and that's the end of that part of the discussion, regardless of the legal ramifications, or lack thereof in this situation. Just because it isn't legally enforced all the same, doesn't make it morally or ethically right. You know, it's legal to give someone AIDS in the state of California outside of a sexual assault charge, but does that really make it right?
Now, what is a real child? Well, clearly not somebody who looks like Homer or Kemi right here, as you can see from this pic on the screen, because we all know that real people, regardless of whether they're an adult or not, cannot sit here and freeze time and store tons of guns inside of a shield-looking item that they have on their arm, or fight against witches.
Okay.
My god, you didn't even fucking try. What the fuck do their superpowers have to do with them looking like a real child? Like, you could have dismantled anything else, or at least, you know, brought up her appearance, but you didn't even fucking try. Holy shit.
Like, seriously, I don't even know why we're having this discussion right here over this stuff.
I don't know either, but here we are, man. Dealing with degenerates like you who sexualize little kids regardless of if they're fictional.
It's a fictional anime character, dude. There's not a single person in real life who can do even 5% of what Homer or Kemi can do.
I seriously don't see what their superpowers have to do with what they look like. I mean, I doubt anyone in real life can do what fucking Matilda could do, but I don't see why her goddamn superpowers matter here. Like, seriously, what kind of defense is this?
And this isn't even the only character in fiction either. I can bring up many others. But, you know, it would just make this argument so darn easy.
Wow, you've really changed my perspective here today, Sean. It really does make the argument easier, knowing that there's more fictional characters than... who the fucking... Homer or Kemi? I don't fucking know.
But anyways, I'm not going to cover the entire freaking situation that started off right here on Twitter. We'll get back to some more stuff later. Let's just say that this all ended in a block by Brother Nier. He blocked pretty much everybody who was over here trying to help me out and defend my stance on this and tell him how stupid he is for saying stuff like this. And then he also proceeded to delete his Twitter account as well. And then later on that night, go on to YouTube and make a community post saying deleting Twitter feels very good.
I mean, to be fair, he only temporarily deactivated his account and not actually delete it. It was only a temporary block, which, if you're gonna bring that up, I guess I could call you out for being just as much of a bitch for doing the same. Nier's only got 3 blocked accounts total at this point, so that hardly constitutes as blocking everybody.
And then make a live stream covering this situation in the darn video between Tipster and also the situation that happened with me as well, and try to paint me out as a freaking literal predator who, as he puts it,
wax your carrot to literal fetuses.
After the video is uploaded, I'm gonna wait for Brother Nier 2.0 to just say that this clip right here of him saying this is just a joke, or that it's just
Taken out of context, real talk.
But you literally did just take it out of context. All he did, and let me get this clear, all he ever did was insinuate how withholding said material would make you one, and even gave you the benefit of the doubt, both on Twitter and in that very clip on stream. Which, keep in mind, you literally only played the very line in which he says, wax your carrot to fetuses, when calling him out just now. So here you are, literally taking Nier out of context, just to victimize yourself yet again, and to paint him as the unhinged and delusional one. All the while trying to play it off as though if he tries to call you out for such behavior, that makes him wrong? This is beyond pathetic, Shaun.
Oh, and before he deleted his Twitter as well, he also tried to hit up Hypocrite Hunter as well to try and join in on this darn drama. But I'm not going to put Hypocrite Hunter into this situation. He's been silent on everything. You know, he has nothing to do with this. It's between me and Brother Nier.
Yeah, I don't care if he does or doesn't get involved one way or the other, personally.
I don't even know why others jumped into this, but like I said, commentary channels, you know, or at least most of them in general, just like to start drama over the most ridiculous stuff, as you can see right here.
I, or no one else, were looking to just start drama with you, and it's especially rich considering how you started this by remarking on Nier's behavior in his own replies on Twitter. You're also being a massive hypocrite because by your own logic, all you've ever done on your entire channel is try to start drama whenever covering people like Griffin or Under the Mayo, so get off that high horse, pal.
So, also, I love how nobody is trying to paint me as a pedo, apparently, yet this is literally what Batakanta and his audience keep saying about me in the darn comment section of his video that he made on me.
Maybe you are, and maybe you aren't a quote-unquote predator, but I think Thunderstruck put it best in his video.
If somebody thinks that having sexualized drawings of children is okay, then that person deserves to be labeled a fucking pedophile.
Also, Brother Nier 2.0 is still not getting a debate from me. I don't know why the hell he wants to constantly debate me. Him and his audience just keep saying this over and over. Oh, debate the femboy, debate the femboy, debate Brother Nier 2.0 over the situation. Debate me, debate me. They came spamming this stuff in my darn freaking community posts. They came on my Twitter talking about this.
I mean, the prospect of a debate got brought up a few times, sure, but I literally told you to, quote, debate the femboy once, dude, and it sounds like I got under your skin a little. In all honesty, I think a debate would be a great idea, and not because I'm attention hungry. Having a discussion about this shit one-on-one would make it a lot easier to communicate over the topic. Instead, however, you resort to this childish back and forth online where you refuse any kind of legitimate discussion, and at the time of making this video, are still bitching about this topic and community. You're petty, dude. You're really, really petty.
This is literally the first thing that Brother Nier 2.0 said to me when I went to his live stream after I got notified that he made a live stream on the situation by someone who watches me. That he freaking started covering the situation, so I went and commented down below that I joined his Discord to try and talk out the situation that happened on Twitter with him over this. And then the first thing he said was, we should debate, it'd be fun, then you can show me your non-existent receipts of me calling anyone a pedophile for defending those disgusting drawings. And I'm like, no, I don't have to debate you. What the heck do I have to debate you for, huh? You'd love to debate with me, huh? Just to satisfy your dumb need for attention and clout.
Well, sure, every YouTuber wants views and growth, but for one, I don't really think you or your channel are really what anyone are going to clout chase off of. Secondly, like I tried saying earlier, a debate would have at least allowed for a more civil one-on-one discussion about this than any of the petty shit you've resorted to on Twitter or in this video.
Him and his dumbass followers kept stalking my darn Twitter account, checking out every single Twitter tweet that I freaking made that didn't even have anything to do with them, seeing what I was saying to my friends, checking out my darn Twitter likes and all this. Some of his followers even tried to add me on Discord so they can debate me and stuff over the situation. They kept coming into my darn DMs on Twitter. They kept coming to my community posts that had nothing to do with them, like the one that I made on the Hogwarts Legacy situation, saying how I was going to cover it because Silvervale was constantly getting harassed over it and everything. And then they just came into this darn community post talking about some, oh, well, why don't you make a video over the darn Brother Nier and the Lolicon situation, or why don't you debate Brother Nier?
You know, just because it'll probably trigger him, I'm gonna say it. Debate the femboy already. Nah, but for real, all of what you're doing right here can be boiled down to victimizing yourself further by bitching about some kind of quote-unquote harassment. You know, it kinda reminds me of when I was calling out you and your little friends on Twitter for being the first ones to bully Nier, or when I called you out for twisting Nier's suicidal mental state from his past against him. What was your response to that stuff again?
Like, I told him I was long over this. Like, a whole entire freaking day ago, I told him I was over this whole drama and that I'm moving on from it. But no, instead I had his followers coming to me on my darn community post and coming to me in my darn DMs on Twitter, telling me to low tier god myself, telling me to Ronnie McNuck myself. And yeah, but no, apparently I'm the one who's dragging this on, or I'm the one who started all this, or I'm the issue here, or I'm the one who needs mental help or something like that. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I've been told them that I wanted to move on from this darn drama.
I mean, if you fantasize about sexualizing little kids, real or fictional, then yeah, I'd say you do need some mental help. I'll stand by that take. Also, you found it perfectly acceptable to inject yourself into this situation and proceed to bully Nier, but the second other people get involved and start to bully you, you throw a tantrum like this. Rules for thee, but not for me. I mean, it's some uncreative kill yourself joke for Christ's sake. For someone who claims to have moved on, you seem really held up on this stuff.
But instead, Brother Nier wants attention, and so does his darn followers, and so does some of the other commentary channels like Batakanta and Psychonautic Therapy. They need that next extra hit of clout and subs. They need that next little extra hit of attention. You know, they need those views and everything, and they just want to start stuff over freaking anime drawings.
Shaun, I want you to look at this and read it real well for me, because the cold truth is I haven't uploaded in almost 5 fucking months, and I never even started this drama or got involved. Like I said earlier, I didn't even decide to make this video on any of this situation until days after it had started. If I was that attention hungry for starting drama over drawings, wouldn't I have jumped into the drama immediately? Not to mention, you are a channel with roughly 600 more subscribers than me. My dude, what clout is there to fucking chase?
And after this right here, I am completely done with anything regarding the commentary community. Anyway, if I'm just going to take my lollies and I'm just going to take my anime waifus in general, like Marine Kitagawa and Homer Akemi, and I'm just going to fuck off, you know, and just not deal with any of these idiots and their bullshit no more in the commentary community. And I'm just going to continue making the videos that I was making and doing what I want to do on this channel and talking with my friends on Twitter, you know, and just hanging out, playing games and everything, and just discussing stuff. And all those who continue to stand with me, well, great. But anyways, how do I end this video off? I don't know, I guess I'll just end it off like this.
He literally has about 8 minutes of cringy meme spam here, and sadly there's more to get through afterwards, so skip! He's gay! Although I'll give him this, Feminatic Thanos is actually unironically kind of funny, although probably not for the reasons he intended. Bruh, it's really bold of you to try and virtue signal child predators in the fucking UK, no less, to try and demonize us. Like, how much more pathetic and disingenuous can you get? I myself have a live stream covering an incident where Tomboy had sexted and tried to hook up with a minor while in his mid-20s. Not to mention Nier literally has a video covering that stream of mine. And on people like Spookish, another legitimate predator who was taking advantage of some of his underage audience. Honestly, I'm really fucking done with you at this point, Shaun, for pulling really scummy shit like this. I'm not kidding, I'm done. The rest is just his shitty outro and closing statements, and the most I can say is he claims to be done with the drama, claims not to hate Nier but still doesn't respect him, and says that this video is his only response to the situation, and that if anyone else makes a response, then it's just us perpetuating the drama. Well, all I have to say to that is, cap on you not hating Nier. You literally twisted this situation as much as you could to demonize us. You never did let go of this drama at all, and are still bitching about it on Twitter to this very day. And you even admitted to that publicly to Nier. So like I said, I'm just done with this disingenuous bitch. There's so much more I could bring up in this whole drama and talk about, but honestly, I think this video is probably going to be long enough already, and I'm just exhausted by Shaun being a whiny bitch who doesn't understand that he's a fucking creep for liking virtual CP, and trying to argue that it isn't virtual or fictional CP. He tried demonizing Nier and I here and on Twitter. He virtue signaled some child predator in the fucking UK of all places to try and gaslight people into thinking we don't actually care or have our priorities straight. It's that exact behavior that I wanted to call out here on top of the Loli stuff, because it's that behavior that I said gave me a gut feeling an entire year ago. Anyways guys, that is going to do it for my video and response to this whole situation. It was exhausting to say the least. Sad to see Shaun doubling and tripling down on this and acting the way he is, but I'm glad to say I'm finally over with this shit. I hope you do actually grow up too, Shaun. I mean it, no hostility. I just think you've been overly defensive and petty this entire time. That being said, I just want to lastly say, yeah, I'm real sorry it's been like 4+ months now since I uploaded. There just hasn't been a lot lately that I've really wanted to respond to or make a video on. And the politics video I've had in the works, I've been lacking the motivation to really work on. That, plus trying to deal with stuff in my personal life, is why I've been slow at uploading, and why this video took me longer than usual to make. I just want to clear the air and say I am still trying to make videos, guys. I'm just slow and busy. I really do appreciate everyone that sticks with me and this channel. I love and appreciate all y'all for being patient as I do work on things behind the scenes. But with all of this out of the way, I think I'm gonna call it here for this video, guys. Big ups for watching it, and especially if you made it this far in, y'all are the real ones, and I really appreciate the hell out of you guys. And you know, maybe subscribe for some more quality therapy, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.
You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners. Cause my sexual attraction to miners is major. Can't even play hopscotch without popping a rager. Always been a pervert, so I accept the insults. When I was a kid, I fucking molested adults.